Gentle people, hello testers. I'm your power tester, and I'm going to make a series about all things automation. Now, I've been thinking about making a series on test automation from quite some time. Why do I want to do this? Well, I think there are two main reasons. Number one, everything that I've learned in last many years is because of all the internet communities that are available, and I think now it's my time to give back to the community. Number two, when I started learning front-end automation some time back, I mean, I already have good experience with test automation, but when I specifically started picking up front-end automation, what I saw was there were a lot of bad code examples on internet where the code config data were all mixed up, the test intentions were mixed up with test implementation, and all in all, there was a lot of bad design which was there, and I think I can contribute something over there. Now, who do I want to make these videos for? So my target audience is going to be absolute beginners, but let's say if you have certain experience, I'm still confident that there'll be a thing or two that you can learn from these videos. How are we going to do this? So we'll be going to do this with a two set principles. So it's going to be a need-based learning approach. So what that means is I will not ask you to go first and read a whole new programming language like Java, Python, or Groovy or PowerShell. Or I will not ask you to learn everything about a tool like Git or Bitbucket or whatever. We will see an immediate problem in hand, and we will try to come up with a solution that helps fix that issue. Number two, once we are trying to solve that problem, we will not try to come up with perfect solutions. Our approach would be just first make that thing work, and then we will try to make it better in a more iterative kind of approach. So, principle is first make it work, then make it better. Now, why do I want to work on these two principles? Well, one is purely based on my own experience. In the past, I worked on different kind of automation projects. For example, I worked on SOAP APIs, where I was using, for example, Groovy and SOAP UI for automation. And then I didn't really try to first learn everything about Groovy or SOAP UI. We just saw what do we want to fix first, and we fix that, and then we pick the next thing and next thing and next thing, and before we knew, within few weeks, we have a working framework. I used the same approach when I was working at my previous company at, for example, Payvision, where we were working with RabbitMQ, Azure DevOps, and again, I did not try to learn everything about RabbitMQ or the language that we used over there was PowerShell, but we just saw what do we want to do, what do we want to fix, learn that little part, and build on top of it, build on top of it, build on top of it. And in my current project, I'm working on, for example, front-end automation with Selenium and Java. I've used the same approach, and it has always worked for me. Within a matter of 2 to 3 weeks, I have been able to become very productive, and be able to not just learn stuff but also contribute towards my project. And that is something that the clients are looking for. They don't want somebody to come as a student and spend forever to start adding value to the projects. So that's the reason we will take this approach. Second reason is, I mean, if you see and if you try to compare it with something else in life, for example, sports. As kids, when we wanted to learn a new sport, we will not try to go and read read the whole rule book, or you will not go and try to first learn every trick about the sport before you start going into the field and playing with other players. What we do is we just go to the field, we see a we see a new sports, and we just talk to kids. We say, "Hey, can I play? Tell me basic minimum rules." And then they tell us. We start entering into the field, start kicking the ball around, and in a matter of few days, you get a hang of the sport, you get better at it, you make some mistakes, you learn some new rules, and within a few days, or within a few weeks or months, you start getting better at it, right? And that's the same approach I think also works in with learning test automation or with any of the skills. At least that's what my experience is. And if it can work for me, I'm sure it can also work for you. So how long do I want to make these videos for? So I would like to keep these videos short, so not more than 2 to 5 minutes, because I think then otherwise it becomes too much for people to grasp. But I think there will also be times where we'll be covering some topics like end-to-end test automation, and then we'll be talking about things like CI, dockerizing the project. We'll be talking about how to collaborate together using Git. I think that's going to be a long video, and it's fine to make a long video for a topic like that. So there will be instances when I will make long videos, but in general, I will keep my videos short, to 2 to 5 minutes, so that it's easier for you to grasp those subjects. Uh, and how should you go about watching them? So in general, because I will try to build upon one topic over another. If you're an absolute beginner, I will advise you to go in the sequence. But let's say if you have certain experience and if you're just interested in a particular topic, well, feel free to skip to the video of your interest. So that's also perfectly fine. What will we cover in the series? So we will cover end-to-end test automation. So not just about building frameworks, but also things like how you can put your frameworks into CI, how you can Dockerize them, how you can collaborate in a team using things like Git and Git clients like GitHub or Bitbucket or Azure DevOps. I'll also show you how to make good production grade frameworks, which are readable, which are maintainable, which are scalable. Because many times what you'll see is people will build tests and they will run them in sequence. If one test take 2 minutes, 10 tests will take 20 minutes. And before you know, you have lots of test cases, and your framework takes forever to run all of those test cases. And that means you will not be able to use your framework in CI. So we will teach you how to build good frameworks where you can keep your code configuration and data separate, where you have atomic tests where you can run them in parallel, so that your tests are scalable. And even if you add hundreds of tests, your execution time will only go up by a few seconds, or yeah, a minute. um, so without taking much of your time, I think we can go to our next video, in which we will try to create a new project, and we will see some important concepts over there. So, I mean, if in general, if you like what I'm saying, and if you're curious to know more, well, you can like to this video and subscribe to my channel. And I'm very hopeful that you guys will learn some very good practices from it, and yeah, you will be able to make production grade frameworks, which suck less, and which your team will be happy to work with, and your clients will be happy. With this, I wish you best of luck, and I wish you also a good day or night, depending on whichever part of world you live in. So until next time, see you. Bye bye.